For those of us caring for patients with Sjogren's disease, we know it's a systemic autoimmune disease that can affect multiple organs. It is believed that B cell hyperactivity and B cell activating factor, or BAFF, contribute to a self perpetuating cycle of inflammation that can lead to the systemic manifestations we see in our patients. Hello, I'm Dr. Al Kim, a rheumatologist at Washington University School of Medicine, where I manage patients with Sjogren's disease. Today, we'll take a closer look at immune cell activity involved and discuss how a deeper understanding of the critical role of B cells in Sjogren's disease pathogenesis can inform the development of novel therapies. Sjogren's disease may extend far beyond eye and mouth dryness. It's a serious systemic autoimmune disease that can be progressive and affect multiple organs, including the joints, skin, lymph nodes, various glands, lungs, and kidneys. Clinical presentation varies widely, beyond the typical oral and ocular symptoms that characterize Sjogren's disease. Disease heterogeneity often leads to underdiagnosis, which may have serious consequences, including the potential to develop organ damage. Sjogren's disease is believed to be a B cell-driven autoimmune disease in which hyperactivation of BAFF receptors on B cells results in a pathological cycle of immune activation. This may lead to chronic inflammation and potential irreversible tissue destruction if left undertreated or worse, untreated. A possible inciting event is an environmental trigger, such as a virus infection, which activates epithelial and immune cells and can initiate an inflammatory cascade induced by the cells of the innate immune system. This epithelial cell layer is found in nearly all glandular organs, including the salivary glands. Normally, epithelial cells protect the organs they surround, secreting bioactive products to maintain normal function and absorbing environmental cues. However, a wide array of common viruses can infect the salivary epithelium. In patients with Sjogren's disease, this results in injury and the release of autoantigens such as Rho SSA and Law SSB that trigger an autoimmune response. So, what makes these patients susceptible to this autoimmune response? A core issue in Sjogren's disease is excessive B cell survival, which is largely driven by elevated levels of BAFF, driving significant and detrimental impacts on patients with Sjogren's disease. The primary role of BAFF is to promote B cell development and differentiation by enhancing B cell survival. Therefore, elevated levels of BAFF in the bone marrow, where B cell development takes place, can interfere with the negative selection process responsible for the normal elimination of autoreactive B cells through apoptosis. This results in the survival and release of too many autoreactive B cells into the bloodstream. Another consequence of elevated levels of BAFF occurs during the B cell differentiation process in the lymph nodes. BAFF engages BAFF receptors, which are expressed on the cell surface throughout the B cell lineage, from immature B cells to plasmablasts, supporting B cell differentiation, survival, and activation. Since BAFF regulates these downstream B cell functions, which occur in germinal centers within lymph nodes, excessive BAFF levels then can lead to excessive numbers of B cells that are activated. When excess BAFF is present in both the bone marrow and lymph nodes, it can lead to pathogenic autoimmunity. Overproduction of autoreactive B cells, along with their activation in the lymph nodes, result in the B cell hyperactivity underlying Sjogren's disease. The salivary gland is a key example of where B cell mediated injury can manifest in Sjogren's disease. Excess BAFF leads to the formation of autoreactive B cells that produce characteristic autoantibodies, most notably anti-SSA Rho and anti-SSB Law IgG. These autoantibodies can form immune complexes with these autoantigens, SSA and SSB, that infiltrate the salivary gland, causing inflammation. This chronic inflammation results in additional BAFF production locally within the tissue, further activating B cells and T cells, perpetuating the vicious cycle of immune system activation. As more tissue is damaged, more immune activation occurs, creating a positive feedback loop that amplifies inflammation and may lead to tissue destruction in salivary glands and in other organs or systems. Infiltration of pathogenic B cells results in a wide range of symptoms, including swollen glands, dry eyes, lung involvement, cutaneous vasculitis, kidney involvement, and other systemic manifestations characteristic of Sjogren's disease. To put it all together, the self-perpetuating cycle of systemic inflammation is thought to result from B-cell hyperactivity and autoantibody production driven by elevated levels of BAFF. These factors, along with others such as virus infections, contribute to the activation of epithelial and immune cells, triggering a cascade of immune events that reinforce the autoimmune cycle and exacerbate tissue damage and immune responses. Despite our growing understanding of Sjogren's disease, there are currently no FDA-approved therapies that target the underlying pathogenesis of Sjogren's disease or slow disease progression. So, the only options patients have is to rely on borrowed immunosuppressive treatments not approved for systemic manifestations of Sjogren's disease. This remains a significant unmet need, evidenced by the 97% of patients who want better treatment options. Current B-cell targeted approaches have not demonstrated statistically significant outcomes in Sjogren's disease. However, several novel therapies for effective and sustained B-cell depletion are currently under investigation. I'm optimistic about these future therapies. Strategies aimed at sustained B-cell depletion may offer renewed hope for addressing the systemic nature of Sjogren's disease. For its part, Novartis has expanded its commitment to rheumatology by partnering with experts and universities to explore a new way to target B-cell hyperactivity and BAFF. Explore our other videos to learn more about Sjogren's disease, its clinical impact, and how to assess systemic manifestations in your patients. For additional expert insights and resources on Sjogren's disease, please visit Sjögren'sDiseaseHCP.com.